Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Material by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. I already shuffled. I do feel like this is here. Yeah, I saw this. Okay. Alright. Release. Okay. This is not you, this is the other side. I saw it at the bottom of the deck before I turned on the camera. Yeah, I think we're good. And I was just kind of like, I hope that's not going to matter. I'm not seeing a lot of other cards reinforcing that, but when I saw, like, I took it out and it's like it felt better upside down. It makes sense. Somebody you're dealing with, when we're coming into this, somebody you're dealing with is releasing themselves from something. I don't feel like I want to overdefine this because it's a general read, but somebody around you that you are not doing that well with right now. Right now, or at least, I feel like when you're coming into this, you're not doing that well with them. Because I know with these readings, it depends on what part of the situation you're coming in at. This could be where it started. This could be where you're starting. No, the other side here, they're releasing themselves, and I'm getting like they're very excited about that. Whatever they're releasing themselves from, they're excited, and they're like, I'm free from whatever it was. Between you and this person, you get the Two of Swords, though. I feel like you're hearing it. You'd love for it to be true. Yeah, but reality is another thing. And it's not that you don't believe that it could be. This is one of those situations where you're like, I gotta see how it plays out. I just can't. I'm sorry, I just can't throw you a party about this right now because I'd like it to be true, but we'll see. And I see you up here with the Star card. You're hopeful. You're like, I'd like it to be. I wish for it to be true. I want this to be the truth. I want this to actually be what's happening here. But with you and this person, I feel like there's some type of history here where you're kind of like, yeah, we'll see. I'd love for it to be true. And I feel like that's where you're standing. I'd love for it to be true, but we'll see. We'll see. I actually feel like you're hopeful, but you're it's kind of hard. It's kind of sad in a sense because you're like, I really would like this to be true. I don't know if I really can believe it. Let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. Because they're coming toward you is somehow telling you this, but you're just not ready to jump for joy about it. You're just not. And I feel like there's a good reason behind that. Okay, so we keep going forward. You're holding to that same thought is what I'm getting. Time passes. It could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months, because this could be a past influence. Time passes. And I feel you kind of like, you know what? I don't see anything saying it's not true, but I'm not seeing anything saying it is true. What this person was telling you, or how they came forward, or whatever the information was, nothing's negating it out, true, but nothing's supporting it either. So you're like, yeah, time is passing, but I'm not seeing proof that that's the truth. I'm not seeing proof to the contrary, but I'm still not going to be won over until I see proof that it's true. I need proof that it's true. The fact that nothing bad's going on isn't good enough here. It's just not. And you have your reasons for feeling that way. Like, there's history. You're like, yeah, no, not yet. I'm not seeing proof that it's true. And just the fact that nothing's going really bad doesn't mean anything either. The Seven of Wands with the safe travel. The travel is pushing up your way. I don't feel like you're wanting to be around this person that much. You're holding the line. They're holding the line too. They seem to be saying, things are better. I'm better than that. Things are different now. I freed myself from that. And they're like, yeah, I'm doing so much better now. I honestly feel you going, okay, I don't see anything saying you don't, but I just don't feel like there's proof here showing that that's the actual case, that that's cement here. I just don't. I'm seeing safe travel, but I'm noticing it's edging up towards you. I feel like you're just kind of like, you're not like shutting the door on anybody, but you're just kind of like, well, all right, that's cool, that's great. I got some things I got to catch up on. I'll talk with you later. Kind of like that. Just kind of like, I just got things to do. I'm a little busy right now. Sorry. You're not looking to offend anybody, but you're just kind of like, I need to step away. I don't feel like you're not slamming any doors, but you're just kind of like, I got other things to do right now. You're distancing yourself purposefully. If you don't have something to do, you're finding something to do to purposely distance yourself from the situation. You're like, you're not feeling comfortable with it. Just because things aren't falling apart doesn't mean they're going the right way. I feel like that's where you are. And you're just like, nope, you're going to have to do better than that to sell me on this. You really are. Now, the other person, they know you well enough. For whatever reason, they get it. You're not won over. You're distancing yourself, not in a rude way, but just in like, you know what, you haven't proven anything to me. That's what, I feel like that's where you're standing. You know what, you just haven't proven anything to me. I'm not lining up against you, but you haven't proven anything to me. They have the King of Wands here. I feel like they keep trying to come towards you. They keep trying to come towards you, and they got the Hierophant. Nope, that's not the Hierophant. That is actually the Hermit. In disguise as the Hierophant. No, I'm just kidding. Well, could he be? Could he be? Because this is they're actively coming at you, searching things out. I'm kind of getting that Hierophant feel here, which is clearly neither of these are the Hierophant. But, like, I feel like the downside is, like, they keep coming towards you. They're dogging at you. But they're also showing that stability. By driving you a little bit cuckoo, because I feel like they're coming at you, dogging at you. They are kind of proving that things are better. They're not being held down like they were before. It's almost like they're proving that it is the case in kind of an obnoxious way. Meanwhile, they're still trying to find how to like make this up to you. I don't know if they're trying to make it up to you. In some cases, I suppose that's true. But they're trying to see what it takes to get you to really believe them or feel more positively. They want you to like them again. They want you to look at them positively again. They want you to be more convinced that this is what's really going. I do actually feel like they have released themselves from that subordination, that bondage, whatever was holding them down. They need you to know that that's the truth. To them, it's very important that you see it for the truth that it is. And the fact that they keep coming at you, oddly enough, I see that it's kind of proving it to you, because this repetitious, it's obnoxious is what I'm getting, but I also feel like they are kind of proving that, you know, things are different now. You have the Strength card on your side. I feel like you're nice. I feel graceful is a good word here. Every now and then it just seems like they're pushing their luck a little far. I'm getting this is a sensitive situation for you. They're actually getting a little bit extra. They're getting a little more leeway than maybe most people would, but because you're hopeful, because you don't want to dash anything. You don't want anything to go sliding backwards. You don't want anything to really. You don't want to have a negative input. You're allowing them a little bit more grace than you might normally let people go, because you're hopeful and you'd like it to be the case. They are being a little obnoxious is what I'm getting, but they are kind of proving that maybe things are different, and you're just kind of like, I want to be hopeful. I want to believe. You want to believe. Your heart isn't sold on the situation, but you want to believe. You want it to be the truth, and you're kind of like, well, you know, it's obnoxious, but they are doing this, and it does seem like the way they keep coming at me, they're kind of proving things are different. Like the way they're coming at you, something about the way they're coming towards you, the way they're presenting themselves to you, you're seeing a difference, and you're noticing a difference. Now, I feel like they kind of win you over with this. They do win you over to the point where you kind of want to embrace them a bit. Now, you've got the Knight of Cups between the two of you, because you're like, all right. They're getting a little obnoxious is what I'm getting. and it's either I'm either gonna hit my point and then I'm either gonna hit my point and they're gonna know it. And I'm gonna hit the point and then I'm gonna stab them with that point. And I just can't keep going like this. So I have to either get myself a buffer or I have to just embrace the situation. And you're choosing to embrace it. Again, because you would like this to be true, and you're just like, you know what, I want it to be true. They're showing me some proof here. I'm just going to embrace the situation. I feel like it's just one of those things where it's either smack them or hug them. You have to choose which, and you decide to hug them. I just feel like it's one of those moments. It's like, you're driving me crazy. I'm either going to smack you or hug you. I'll hug you. And that's how it works out, because they're pushing it. This is not a simple issue. Whatever this is, whatever they've released themselves from, this devil card reversed with this passion, that's not a minimal thing to you. It's just not. You have the good cheer. You do embrace them, but you're embracing them and you're accepting them and you're letting them feel that you're all good with it. You're letting them feel that you're sold on it, that yeah, you're doing better. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, I believe you. You got the moon card with the good cheer. You're still on the hopeful front. You're still careful. You're still keeping it in the back of your head like, well, what something is and what I believe it is. You know what I mean? I could be as hopeful and believe it's all great, but if it's not really, then it's not really. And I feel like you're standing with that moon card like you're going forward, best foot forward, but you're keeping it in the back of your head. Life happens. Maybe, I'm just gonna keep myself together just to make sure I can keep it together if some little surprise happens here. Good cheer is though you're being really good to this person. You're cheering them on. You believe them. As far as they know, you believe them. You still want to believe them, but a part of you is just like, I don't know. I'd like to. Oddly enough, that moment only lasts so long. I do see you continuing with the positive emotion, the positive effort, but it just seems like you switch gears and you're just kind of like, I just can't let them believe that I'm just sold on this. I have to talk this out. And I feel you become more of the aggressor in a positive way with the King of Swords and the Abundance. I feel like you're kind of signing right into the situation. You're logging in, you're checking in, reporting for work type feel. You're like, all right, you mean something to me, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about what it was, how you got out of it, and why I should believe you that you're out of it for good. Why should I believe you? And how can I have assurance in the future? What can I do to see that this is the case? It's very straightforward, very businesslike. You're just like, you know what? Let's stop pulling punches. Let's stop wading through the BS. Let's just talk about it. Let's really talk about it. You're going right for it because you're like, you know what? I do care about you. You know what? I really do. So let's really talk about this. I want this to be the truth for you. I'm going to just tell you honestly how I feel, because I feel like if this is true, the best way I can support you and help you to stay in this frame of mind is to be honest with you and direct with you. I have no problem being here for you, but I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It doesn't help either of us. It's very strong, very warranted. You're like, it needs to happen, and I'm going to do it. It's one of those things where now that you've embraced that person, you have like a little bit of a honeymoon period where you're not really sure if you really believe it or not, but you wanna. Then you're like, you know what? I've gone this far. I'm all in. Let's deal with this. You want to impress me. You want me to believe you. All right, then. This is what it takes. Let's talk about it directly. Now, this is not bad. And I say that because sometimes this card seems bad. It depends how you feel. You got the 5 of Swords here, which is usually the fruitless wind. The fruitless win. And I think why I tripped on wind, because I feel like you're taking the wind out of their sails a little bit. I don't think that's bad, though. I actually feel like, and there's no card on this side explaining how they feel, but you're kind of like, you're coming at them very directly, and you're just like, all right, I want this to be true, and I want you to be safe going forward. I want you to be good. I want you to be happy. So I'm going to be honest for you. I'm going to be that honest sounding board. You may not always like dealing with me, but at least you know that I'm going to help you stay on the right track here. I'm going to be that truthful person. I love you enough to hurt your feelings if I have to. Not like you're coming at them with a dig, but like if they're all happy yippee skippy and they're running around with a bowl of crap in their hand, you're gonna be like, listen, no, don't stop jumping around. You got a bowl of junk in your hand. It's crap. No, and like that's what you're saying by that. I feel like that's where we're coming from because I was like, wait, you love them enough to hurt their feelings or something like that. Like if they're on cloud 9, but you're like, no. That's not good. You're headed for a brick wall. You have no problem stepping in front of them and saying, stop. This is not as good as you're making it out to be. You're heading towards a brick wall. And I don't care if you're upset with me. I'm going to point it out to you. That's the fruit. See, it's not a fruitless win. This is you're pulling the wind out of their sails. Like, yes, I want this for you. Yes, I believe you right now. But this is what you want. I'm going to be that person to make sure you know the truth. And I'm going to help you stay on there by being that honest sounding board. If you're happy and I'm supporting that, you know you should be happy. You know that it's all on track. But if you're happy and I'm not celebrating with you, I'm going to step in front of you and tell you why I'm not celebrating for you. Why I don't believe that that's warranted. Because this is going to be an up and down battle. Even though you've released yourself from this bondage, I feel like you're looking at this very honestly. You've released yourself from this bondage, but you could slip back in that, and I'm not going to let you. And if I think you're starting to slip back in it, I will step in your way and ruin your day to make your life a great one, to make your life a better one. I hope that comes across right, because you're not looking to like just pop somebody's balloon. You're just kind of like, no. If you're happy and it's taking you down the wrong road, I will make sure you know it. I'm not just going to go along with it just because you're in a good mood. This is a good thing. I like this. I feel like this is a really good ending because it's you just being honest and saying, I will support you. Honestly, I will help you get there, but I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt. Forget it. I'm not seeing how they're reacting to that, so you're going to have to like maneuver that as you go. All right, I think we're done. All right, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.